Hey yo, what is going on, guys? I'm Claire and welcome back to another video. So today we're back with the Canadian Grand Prix. So firstly, no qualifying for you guys today, as it is not very exhilarating for you guys unlike it is for me. So we'll just move on straight to the race, and that's what we're gonna do.
Hello and welcome to the Ile Notre Dame once again for what promises to be another incredible Canadian Grand Prix at a fiercely competitive circuit, where pole position can often be decided by less than a tenth of a second. It's a tricky circuit to tackle in wet conditions, with top speed still of critical importance down the long back straight. There are 2.7 miles and 14 corners overall on a circuit that in the dry can see average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour. We'll be lucky to get anywhere near that today. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
From starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Lando Norris, the owner driver, Tsunoda, Vettel, Ricciardo and Charles Leclerc, Perez, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, Russell, Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty, Mick Schumacher and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Eilert, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So we're gonna be going for a two-stop, soft, medium, medium. Should be fine enough. So without further ado, it's 5 red lights and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. We get an okay start as we follow behind Lando Norris and Sainz, who are battling each other into turn 1. We can see the Mercedes and Red Bull of Max Verstappen going 3 wide into turn 1, absolutely exhilarating as we get a bit of a wheel spin at the end and Sebastian Vettel almost catches us up. But we are going to be joining the duel of Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. We go onto the grass, but we get an overtake, but the FIA says nothing about it. And it's raining in the wets as we are on slick tires. We lose our rear end once again.
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
We do not give him a space, but I mean, does it really matter at this point? We are fighting for a podium almost.
We're approaching the pit window.
You'll be on the mediums. Has dried up quite a bit. There's barely any rain. Nikita Mazepin's out of the session.
Don't panic just yet, but we've seen a problem at our end. We're looking into it.
And that was a beautiful defense.
It looks like we're experiencing an Ers Software Glitch. Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
So the software glitch lasted around about 1 lap, which was fine enough since we were ahead of the rest. But some of the people dropped into the pits. We come into the pits right now. We get a beautiful stop from our crew. This seems very promising for a weekend like this. So absolutely amazing, well done by the team. I think we might earn some major points here. We're behind Latifi right now as we go near the wall of champions, or the champions of walls as some people call it. So we'll have DRS on Latifi and we'll try to make a move into turn 1 on the inside. We make a little bit of a contact. The FIA does not care about that now, do they? I don't think so, but that's all fine. No damage, very little tire wear. We are on fresher tires. Now behind Ilott, I hope team orders start acting up so I can get the position instead of him, but he looks like he's gonna defend as we try to switch to the inside. I hope we'll be fast enough. Yes, we are, as we dive bomb him kind of. And again, once past the wall of champions, we don't crash into it. So now we are behind Norris, who started on the medium tires and you'll overtake him. So the strategy, I could say, worked kind of, but we still have one more pit left, unfortunately, which we need to go through. Now behind Raikkonen, we try to make a move up on him. It's a beautiful exit we got, and we do make a move up on him. This should be easy to cut through. They're back markers either way. So now lap 14, some of them have pitted and we're in P4, which looks quite promising for a race. I think we can do well, but there's Perez right behind us and he will try to go up for a move on turn 1, but he is able to, but he's going to probably leave us enough space, which we do, and we get on the grass and overtake him. So okay difference, I would say. Not that great for one, not that clean. But now lap 21, Perez has overtaken us, and I don't think we can get that spot back anymore.
Push
the
now.
Red Bull's just way too fast as I try to move up on his inside, but we can't. It's lap 22. We'll be pitting once again for another set of medium tires, and hopefully our pit crew does a better job now.
It looks critical. Find somewhere to retire as soon as possible. We can't risk you carrying on with this race.
That was the last of my expectations today, is retiring due to a mechanical failure. That's a race ruined. We could have gotten so many points in that race, but no, our car decides to break. What can I say about that? I literally can't say anything. It's a mechanical failure. Like, bro, like, I am absolutely flabbergasted. I did so well this race. I tried my best, and then I get this, a DNF due to a mechanical failure.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Well, you've put me in a bit of a tight spot today, but I think I'll go for Pierre Gasly. He kept a cool head under pressure and made the most of some difficult circumstances.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
The failure was not part of the plan today, and I hope I would get some points, but I don't think luck was on our side today. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Guys, see you in the next video. See ya!